welcome to this review. Now today I'm going to be reviewing one of my own. I will be honest with you, but for those that joined in last week's Vaughan Live TV /Lakeybloke cast on Saturday nights from 7 PM folks, insert advertisement here, you will know that I already reviewed this live on air. I didn't record it. Well, I did record it, but I went to look at it being played back and it was way too loud. And if I'd have uploaded it onto YouTube, people would have been sticking their fingers in their ears because it was just too loud. I've also been told that during the cast sometimes it gets a little bit loud. Now that's because I used a microphone that's on the webcam itself. What I plan to do is eventually, when I get enough money, get a job hopefully, I'll invest in a proper microphone, a USB microphone, and you know, with a pop shield on it, and hopefully the sound will improve and I won't have to shout at you like I usually do. So look forward to that. Anyway, we're here to do the Geordie winter warmer, and now as I said, we've done this in the cast, but for the benefit of the other people that perhaps are thinking about maybe doing the Geordie winter warmer, because there's still 20% off at Wilko's, I believe, at the moment. I bought this kit when it was 25% off. Wilko's being a little bit naughty. They did a 25% off sale about 2 or 3 months ago, and then they stopped it, and about a week later they did a 20% off sale, and it's still on, I believe. A little bit naughty, and the difference between the two obviously is 5%. It's not a lot of money, but you know, it all helps, isn't it, especially when you haven't got any in the first place. So yeah, I've got my beer, let's give it an open. It's carbonated, which is always good. Give it a pour. Try and keep the head down on it, but as you know, boys and girls, I love my ales carbonated. Not everybody does, but I do. When I say carbonated, I mean well carbonated. Like a, you know, a well carbonated ale, I suppose. The head on that will die down, of course, within a given time frame, probably a couple of minutes or so. Don't know if you can see the colour on that. It's sort of a nice brown colour. It's not too bad a colour. It's rather pleasant. The smell, it's a little bit sort of, it's not an awful amount coming off of it. What I did with this is I dry hopped it. I shouldn't do advertising really, should I, for Mr. Beer Kits? Don't bother with them folks, they're rubbish. But it was the first beer kit I bought a couple of years ago. Never went back to it. What was I saying? Ah yes, what went into this was some East Kent Goldings that I dry hopped it for 3 or 4 days, maybe 5. Just to give it a little bit of something else, because you know, I like to do that kind of thing, put my own spin on it. And talking to the other lads that have done the Geordie winter warmer before, they all said that it needed something extra. So these are the next beers I'm going to be sending out to you guys, folks. Hopefully you'll enjoy them. I've also got on the go at the moment another kit, but I'll tell you about that in next week's Homebrew Wednesday video. Yeah, so let's dive in. Yeah, I'm getting the kind of spices and things that you would expect from like a Christmas beer. It's not bad, you know. For a cheap pint, this only cost me £9, just under a tenner. Obviously they're more expensive now, but I like that. It's sort of Christmassy. Maybe it wouldn't be as tasty if I hadn't have dry hopped it. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because it's not a smack you in the face hoppage or spices kind of brew. but there's enough in there, you know. There's enough in there to keep you happy over the Christmas period. Yeah, not bad. I'd give that probably a 7.5 out of 10. You know what I think I need to start doing, folks? I know ales are not really supposed to have a lot of carbonation in, and I like my beers well carbed, but I do think I perhaps need to dial it down a little tad. Now, interestingly enough, I've stuck on a beer kit which I'll talk to you about in next week's Homebrew Wednesday video. Now, I started off doing the Homebrew Wednesday video for next week with a view to basically doing it from beginning to end, the kit that is, but then I realised I've done 100 of those. You know, there's not an awful lot of difference between making one kit and another really, unless you're going to be clever, put some hops in at different boil stages and maybe some grains and things, but with this one I just stuck to what was with the kit. So next week's Homebrew Wednesday video, you'll see me opening up this kit and showing you the contents, and then say, right, I'm going to show you how we're doing it, but I'm not going to do that because I changed my mind at the last minute. And you know, it wasn't that difficult, to be honest with you. You just chucked it all in, added a bit of water, and away you go. I'm hopeful it'll be a nice beer though, but I'll tell you about that next week. Let's talk about this one. Would I do this one again? Yeah, I'd do it again. I'll probably try and bring some more flavour out of it. I might sort of add my own sort of, you know, Christmas spices to it to put a little bit more flavour in there. And as I said earlier, maybe not perhaps carb it as much. And maybe stick some grains in there as well. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. But it's okay, you know, it's a cheap and cheerful beer, and, you know, it's good for me. Cheap and cheerful beer, probably around about 5%. You know, I don't like to go too high with my beers, do I, folks, on the old ABV. But cheers to you. Yeah, there's still a little bit of a headage on there. Not bad. Very well carbed. Tastes like a Christmas ale really, but I'd like more flavour out of it, perhaps. More of those spices. I'd like some more of those spices to come through, and I think the only way to get that is to do your own really. Or maybe find another sort of kind of Christmas beer. Some of the other well-known brands do Christmas beers at this time of year, don't they? And maybe one of those would perhaps bring out more flavour. But, you know, it's not a bad beer, it's absolutely fine. It's a 7.5 out of 10. It's an absolutely fine beer. Nothing wrong with it at all. Very tasty. I just would prefer if it had a little bit more oomph in it. More of a sort of rounded profile. Yeah. I'd like to get some sort of cinnamon out of it, and there's just a hint of Christmas spice in there. But otherwise it's perfectly fine beer. I can't really fault it, especially when, you know, I bought it in the sale for, you know, under a tenner. It's an absolutely fine beer. So there you go, folks. If you want to try the Geordie Winter Warmer, you can find it at your local Wilkinson's or Wilko's in the UK. You can do it online. Just under a tenner, I think, with the 20% off at the moment. The sale is still on as this video goes out. Give it a go, see what you think. Maybe add your own sort of spices to it, cinnamon, and I don't know, it just needs something else. Yeah, it needs something else. So that's all for me. I'll see you on the next review, boys and girls. Gotta love you and leave you. Ta-da.